Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I'm reeling today, baby. It's 10:15, a little clogged up today, so bear with me a little bit, but I'm excited, pumped up, got to hear from my man, Jonathan Gannon. You guys saw last night, was trying to retweet, post out there, let you guys know I was going on with my buddy Joe from over at the Philly podcast. Go check it out. But we had some great conversation, broke down this defense. You know me, you guys have been following along for the past couple months. I just want the media and the fans to understand what kind of defense the Eagles ran last season and will continue to run with even better pieces and to upgrade this defense. So just trying to do my best to teach the media about this defense all I could. And there's just still so much confusion. So today, if you guys saw yesterday, I couldn't take it. So I, commented on someone's post and I just showed them, and I wasn't trying to be a dick. It's just, I'm trying to educate. So, and it's literally, people, oh, what a jerk. It's like, no, what being a jerk is disrespecting the game of football. If you're going to talk like an expert, you should have a basic understanding of what's going on. So some of these casual fans and media members, finding out the hard way. So today, got a little bit of a dose of reality thrown their way. So Jonathan Gannon has to explain to the media what a defense is. So, yikes. So I tried to help them out, make sure they were prepared for this moment so they wouldn't go out there and have to ask questions. And man, was it embarrassing for them. So what is going on, my man, dude? And, has been trying to point the misinformed. Hey, look, man, I appreciate you. And I'm just trying to help people out. I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than anyone, but clearly people don't understand what defense we ran last year. You see the people arguing with me. We ran 4-3 last year. That's not correct at all. We were a 3-4 base, and we ran a lot of nickel. That's when you saw even fronts. So I've explained that a million times. I've posted the videos everywhere and anywhere, but we're going to try one last time to explain it. But first, we just want to laugh a little bit. So somebody asked him, why would Hassan Reddick drop into coverage? So right there, they don't understand what a Sam linebacker is. So we've explained over and over again here what a Sam linebacker does. So let's take a look at the base defense for the Philadelphia Eagles, the 3-4. So when you're looking at this, people asked, why would you add Jordan Davis? Why would you add someone when you have Fletcher Cox? Why would you add Hassan Reddick? He doesn't fit here. Why? All these questions. Well, you guys remember before free agency, before the draft, I talk about why you should add Jordan Davis, Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White, Nakobe Dean, James Bradbury, Jaquiski Tartt. You can find videos on every single one of those because they were all important to what Jonathan Gannon is trying to do. So we explained what a nose tackle is, what a zero technique is, what they do, how they take up two blockers. We explain how Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave can play those three techniques next to Jordan Davis, not above or below. It's not about who's playing over who. They can play next to each other. Then you look as your stand-up rushers. You have Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat. You've got quite the depth there. And then, people have questioned, why would you have Sam linebacker dropping into coverage? Well, that's literally what a Sam linebacker can do. So we talked about Gennard Avery last year, how, he was going to try to play that role. This is quite the upgrade here, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about adding two linebackers. We needed a veteran and a rookie. Well, we went out and did that. We didn't get one in the first round, but we got a first round talent in the third round. So there's a lot of excitement to be had. And I've been trying to share that damn excitement. I'm sorry, it's 10 o'clock, so maybe I'm not jumping through a wall, but I'm very excited about this defense, and I cannot stress it enough. So I've just been trying to get the good word out there. My man Tate in the building. Hey, look, man. And that's what it's all about, spreading that knowledge. I just want other people, and that's why I started doing this from the first place, having that, my friend's always calling me, always trying to get information out of me. He's like, I'm going to spread that. You know what I mean? And I was on my deathbed. I saw the Philly media a few years ago, not understanding what football was. So I set out to explain why this Eagles team could win a Super Bowl. And then when Carson Wentz went down, I explained how Nick Foles would win the Super Bowl. People hated that, but I broke it down. And people hate when you break things down when they don't understand it, because they're more about, this is clickbait. I wanted to talk about misinformation. And it's like, I get it, but I'm going to stick to the real stuff. So I'm going to stick to doing that. I'll let the rest of them have to ask questions to the defensive coordinator about a defense we ran all of last season. Good morning, my man BMO in the building. Yo, nice to see you, man. Hope you're having a great day. Great start to the day. Seeing Jonathan Gannon excited about it. Found an article reported we ran 3-4 the first day of practice last year. Everyone's still surprised. Yeah, they did. You guys saw Twitter, like someone tried to make a really terrible graphic imitating mine. And they try to like, oh, this needs to stop. People don't understand football. It's just like, bro, you know how embarrassing that has to be for those people when they find out like they literally have just been playing Madden and that is their knowledge. And it's you go up against someone that knows what they're talking about. That has to be tough for them. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it's like I match energy, man. So if you're going to be a dick and tell me what I don't know, prepare yourself because I'm going to tell you what I do know and you're going to feel pretty fucking dumb at the end. So look, man, if you want to challenge me, I guess that's okay. But you could be cool like BMO, Tate, Drew, and we could all enjoy ourselves and be a family here and love our Eagles football. That's what it all started as. I was on my deathbed. People just want to be negative, though. Well, you don't know football like this guy that never played football does. He told me we were trading for Deshaun Watson. Did he? Because I told you we'd sign Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White, James Bradbury, Jaquiski Tart, draft Nakobe Dean, and Jordan Davis. So did any of them tell you that? Did they? I didn't think so. So they can say what they want, but I've been explaining it all and explaining the defense, and they keep just ignoring me or arguing or whatever they want to do. So yesterday I sought out to change that. Well, today I really wish they would have watched that video because when they asked Gannon about it, and why would Hassan Reddick drop into coverage, he said, well, because he can drop into coverage. That's what a Sam linebacker's role is in a 3-4, to have that versatility, to be able to rush the passer and to drop into coverage. But one of the things we talked about is the versatility of this defense as a whole, to drop Hassan Reddick on that line, to have a 4-man front, to have a 5-man front, to turn into a 5-2, to turn it, whatever you want to do, you can change on the fly. That is something we have talked about. We have talked about with the different assignments for these guys, the techniques they'll be doing. You move one foot and you're in a different technique. So I've tried my best to even simplify it, not make it too crazy for you, just to give a basic understanding for everyone out there to understand why this defense will flourish, why this defense can stop the run and stop the pass. When you have a guy like Jordan Davis in the middle there, it's essentially like having two players. He is taking up two blockers. That is allowing the linebackers to fill in those gaps. That is allowing Cox and Hargrave to feast, whether you're stunting, whether you're, whatever you want to call it. There are so many things we're going to do with this line and with the depth we have. You've got depth in Milton Williams, who you guys know I think is a stud. So that's the future there. He's going to be spelling in. You've got Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham. You've got guys that are going to come in with this rotation, keep people fresh, and I think people are in for a wild surprise. I don't think a lot of people realize the Eagles finished last year 10th in yards allowed, 9th against the run, 11th against the pass, and that's after a very rocky start. So they're able to turn things around, and that's with lack of personnel. We added 6 new starters. I think there's some excitement to be had. So while these reporters had to ask questions like, what is a 3-4? What is going on here? Why do you have all these players? He explained, look, just like last year when he explained it, we are matching each week what the matchup is. Who are we going against? Which scheme is going to work? So it's multiple schemes. We're not just odd fronts. We're not just even fronts. We're predominantly odd front, but we run everything. We're going to be versatile. So one of the schemes you saw, the one you saw the most last year was nickel. And in a passing league, we talk about that. So yes, you can have 4 down linemen, but you could stand one up. You could turn yourself into a 33-5. You could do so many things, but we've talked about this now with Jordan Davis, the second most run scheme last year. And again, I think this is going to be ran the most this year, is that 3-3-5. Now, with this 3-3-5, you allow Jordan Davis to be that 2-gap stopper, and then you have Javon Hargrave, Fletcher Cox feasting. You can have Hassan Reddick standing up on the line, creeping on the strong side. You want him on the weak side, who cares? Do whatever you want with him, but you can have him standing up. You can put his hand in the dirt. You can turn into a 4-2-5. That's perfectly fine with me. That nickel will work too. So you will definitely see some of that. But having the versatility of these players, Hassan Reddick starting his career as a linebacker, having that coverage capability, it's not like he's out there like Darius Slay covering someone every play. No, he's going to be rushing the passer. It's just a matter of is he dropping into coverage or rushing the passer for the offense? You want them to be thinking, what the hell is coming at me? You don't know if this dude's doing a stunt, dropping into coverage, just coming right at me. He could be lined up in the 7 technique. He could be dropped back, standing up. I mean, whatever you want to do with them. You could stack these guys into the 3-3-5 stack and literally have them each behind one of those guys and a lot of crosses and things like that happening in those plays. Look, I think there is some excitement to be had, and I've stressed it a million times, but I just want to stress it again as Jonathan Gannon has to sit there and explain to this media that this is how it works. This is football, man. And if you're going to report on it and you're going to ask questions, you'd think you'd have some kind of basic understanding. So I really was kind of hoping today was the day I was going to be able to be there, because they would have had a really fun time with me asking some questions. People will never understand the defense. Yeah, I appreciate you, Marcus, dude. I really do. All of you guys. And all I'm trying to do is make it. I'm not trying to push anyone down further. I'm here to bring everybody up. I'm trying to bring everybody with me. That's the difference between me and other people. I don't know why people always try to come after me. What the negative energy is always about. Maybe because I beat death. Maybe because I called the Super Bowl. I'm not sure what it is, but you guys know in the almost 5 years I've been doing this, it's been nothing but pure anarchy for me trying to explain things. And look, every year they all happen, and it's like, all right, man, well, one day I'm just trying to get a job in this field. And look, I didn't grow up entitled. I have a disease right now that makes my life very hard. Every dime I have has to go to my family. I cannot really spend money on this. And I'd love to get a new computer and all kinds of stuff, new equipment. We're working towards that. We are, man. But my life has been turned upside down. So I don't understand it. Everybody's more into, the people that steal my work or ideas, whether they're moving to different, they got their back. So it's like, look, man, that's fine. But I'm the one who sought out to change the game, and I'm going to do that. So if you're into that, and I know Marcus is, and Drew and BMO and all you guys out there, man, you guys, Tate, all of you guys that just found me, whatever. I mean, I can't thank you enough, whether you've been here from day one or not. The support, I can't thank you enough for. And look, I need it, because it's the amount of hate is just unmatched from the chuds out there, dude. Just upset. You guys saw it when I tried to explain the cap earlier this offseason, when I tried to explain how he was going to kill the draft too. You saw it, man. And all I'm trying to do is get people to know what's actually going on. I just thought that would be better than this day. We live in the age of misinformation, and I know people feed off that stuff, but I refuse, man. I refuse. I like the truth. 3-4 makes it easy for subbing and packages. Yep. I've been trying to explain it for months since last year, actually. So I explained that we were going to have bumpy roads because we didn't have a nose tackle, and I didn't think Jannard Avery was the right Sam linebacker. That's why I said Hassan Reddick was the perfect fit this year. So I don't know, man. I'll try to keep explaining it, but today was a hard day for those media people because they had to sit there. And he's a great guy, so he's not going to make fun of them. But it was just like, oh, great question. Like, oh, you think you should have asked yourself that question maybe a year ago when we started running this defense? Maybe learned something about the things you're going to have to talk about? I don't know. Just a wild throwing it out there. Got to get you on a Swoop episode. I don't know what Swoop is, but tell them to reach out to me. I'm all aboard, baby. I went on Joe's show last night from Philly. That was a great time. Go check that out. Always happy to go on, talk about whatever anybody wants me to. Just trying to spread that brotherly love, man. So it was awesome. Play receiver and always been an offensive guy, so I really appreciate how much that's what I played as well, my man. Appreciate how you make it easier to understand the other side of the ball. I'm rocking with you for sure. I appreciate you, Tate. I was, you'll be able to tell here soon. I'm a big receiver guy. That's where I put my focus. That's what I was. I mean, tall, skinny, cocky. I mean, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, man, I was a receiver, but I also played safety, kick returner and punt returner. So it gave me a look at all sides of the ball. Never got a break unless it was the punt or the field goal. So I was a kickoff at times too when we were going against good teams. I had to be out there, dude, stopping people. So look, dude, I'm obsessed with the game. I never made it anywhere. I got more into drugs, girls, rock and roll when I was in high school. I grew up in a shitty town where they hated me just for being good because their kids sucked and all of the coaches' kids played with, you know how that stuff works. So they had to play me, hated every second of it. I enjoyed every minute of it. But my one best friend's stepdad was the wide receiving coach. So like they couldn't not, but it was awesome. It really was. But no, man, I fucked up my life and I went down the wrong road. So I always just, when I started this, I try to explain to people at the end of each show, I'm always here for you guys because we all go through stuff. Look, I'm 36. So you could be an 18-year-old kid. Trust me, I know the stuff you're going through right now. You could be a 50-year-old man. I have no idea what you're going through, but I watched my father pass. I've been through things where I just try to speak through experience. I don't ever try to talk about I'm better than anyone or whatever. And the one thing I'm more passionate about than anything is football and Eagles football. And, since I was a boy, my dad couldn't stand Chris Collinsworth, any of that crap. So he'd put it on mute and make me tell him everything that was going on, every player, everything. So I've been like this since I was a boy. Like, we're talking 3-4 years old. When I was learning to talk and walk, it was Eagle stuff. So, and I'm not even joking, dude. So my obsession has always been there. But, being on my deathbed, it just opened my eyes. Like, you really just going to sell cards and just get through life? Or do you want to really do what you love? So what I did was created my own brand with the help of my girlfriend pushing me to do it, and just try to educate people. It was, just saw the article about Deshaun Jackson being in gangs and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just sick of people lying and people not knowing football. So let's see if people want to talk football. So there's some, it's few and far between, most 90% of the fan base is real big into these terrible reporters and guys that have never picked up a ball in their life. And look, I'm not saying you had to play to understand the game. I never played professionally, but just saying, some of the shit, like, these dudes definitely never played and they definitely don't know what they're talking about. So not sure why people like, well, this guy told me. It's like, that's cool. What has he ever gotten anything right? I'm going to need you to compare his stuff with mine the last few years. And then I'll listen until they get something right more than me. I'm not listening to them. I'm not. My man Sean in the building. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Just had to come on here. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm ready for this training camp practice. Probably just a walkthrough, whatever. Hoping to get the pads on soon. But, dude, open practice is coming soon. I mean, it's all coming very near. August 13th is when the first roster cuts. We go from 90 to 85. And then August 20th, the next week, we'll have 85 to 80. And then the next week, it's 80 to 53. So, oh, yeah, it's coming, man. By a month from now, we're going to know the Eagles' 53-man roster. Someone had asked me if I'd do a 53-man roster. If you guys were paying attention during that position-by-position breakdown for training camp, I actually gave you my 53 already because each position, I mapped it out before I made all of those shows to make sure each player I had the Eagles keeping, I wasn't going over 53. So if you're looking for a little preview, it is out there, but I will make a, way too early 53-man projection. But I already feel I know who's going to make this team. But I want to see more from a lot of people to find out who's depth, who's starting, who's where. So there's questions to be had, a lot of great battles. The one question mark I do have, right guard, safety. Go check out those top 10 battles. You guys were great during that, and there was just a lot of great questions from the Eagles. So I'm really, really excited about it, man. You're doing God's work, Jimmy. You understand the game because you're a student of the game. Passion. I appreciate the hell out of that, Dane. I really do, man. And I've been hearing that a lot. Just doing the Lord's work. And, that's it, man. It's just, I wanted to bring something different, and I know I'm insane. And someone last night was like, you got to stop screaming. I love your content. I'm like, dude, I cannot stop getting excited about the Philadelphia Eagles. That's just how I've been since day one. And being an ex-metal singer as well, I kind of just have that voice. It's very easy for me to do, and it just happens. So I try not to because I know that probably turns off a lot of the professionals, but I'm not going to change being me, so I apologize. But that's what it is, Dan. And Dane, it's all about passion, and I love my birds. And from the moment I was born, it's been bred into me, from my father, being the most diehard fan to my grandfather working in Connie Mack Stadium. It's been driven into my system. And, when my dad passed, that was obviously a very tough time. That's where I started drinking heavily, got cirrhosis of the liver. So it was tough, and I was missing a big piece of my life. And it was hard for me to even watch the games, even with my family. Like, it just having my dad missing was really tough. So my girlfriend, in her idea, sharing with me that we should create this, it was, filling that void with family, and you guys are family to me. And this is to find other people that are passionate, not the flip-floppers that as soon as you lose one game, oh, I hate them. I'm a Panthers fan. I'm moving to Texas. Oh, like, holy shit. Like, when I grew up, watch Rich Kotite. Like, dude, there were real tough times. So this new day and age, people ready to jump ship at all time, it just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm here to break it down, make people understand, Jonathan Gannon's a terrible coach. Oh, like, that's the most asinine thing. That just tells me people don't know football because he's a great coach, a great mind. And that's why teams are trying to get him to be their head coach last year. So I think people are about to learn once, they see these pieces put in place that his defense will really work. So, dude, I'm just out here trying, and it's not to try to make the fans feel stupid. I want the fans to be educated by someone who knows what they're talking about, but it's the media that I need to stop with the misinformation. So I know there's a lot of fans that, they're holding on to the jock straps of all these guys, hoping that they'll give them a kiss or something. I don't know, but it's like, dude, please stop. Like, they don't care about you, and you worshiping them. It's like the same for the government. Like, I can assure you, get sick, get a disease sometime, and find out how much they really give a shit. They don't, man. So let's start putting the truth out there. Let's start getting honesty and real facts out there. Let's take down this age of misinformation. Let's do it together, ladies and gentlemen. So, Dane, I appreciate the kind words, man. And I'm glad you appreciate this passion. Because, baby, I'm on my deathbed telling these mother effers to get out of the way because I'm trying to watch Eagles. Like, dude, you should go check those videos out. They were nuts. Like, I didn't care if I was going to die. I was going to die being an Eagles fan. So that's the way I roll, man. Never, ever will I stop. And I apologize if that upsets some people, but I listen to a lot of shows that there are things I don't like, whether it be the music or whatever, but I do not let it offend me. So if that does, I really do. And if that stops you from getting knowledge, I'm sorry. But there are other shows where you guys go talk about sneakers and hairdos and your fashion. If that's more your thing, have at it, man. I'm more into football and getting insane around these parts. That's just how I am, man. So appreciate you, my man, Sean. Yo, Jimbalaya, Mr. Jimbalaya, Mr. Jim. Well, my brother calls me Jimbalina. Mr. Jimbalina, Mr. Jimbalina. And that started from the Jimbalaya. I told you before, I've got about 3,642 nicknames. So from Jimmy Cap to the Sprinkles. And I'm going to start calling myself Jimmy No Cap, I think. So we're going to turn these little ones around on them. But, I appreciate you, man. Hope you're having a great morning, JP. We're just laughing because the defense is out here doing what they were doing last year. And Jonathan Gannon is trying to explain to the media, this is why. And hearing him explain to why Hassan Reddick drops into coverage was so hilarious because it's like, how did people not understand what the Sam... And if they don't, I've tried to make videos. You guys all know it. So we'll see. We'll see. And Wilson, future DC. Yeah, JP, you heard me say that last night on Joe's show. And then you saw Mike K posting that Jonathan gave him some high praise today. So you guys heard me say, I think Denard Wilson could be the predecessor to Jonathan Gannon. So looks like that could be the case. So just out here shooting, man, hoping we hit. Agree. Many beats have no. Yeah, dude, it's most of them. And it's really insane to me that they get paid for this. And we're going to change the game around here, man. Really think Tart will start over Epps? Oh, I don't know, man. I've said it a million times. I don't care. I can't wait to see the competition. Epps, Tart, or Harris could be the safety. Cannot wait. Lindy, what is going on? We're pumped up this morning. Ready for training camp. Looking for the updates. This, that, the other thing. I told you guys. Working on getting that press pass. And look, baby, we're going to do all we can to change the game, show these people how it's really done, but it is what it is. So let me go through some of these. We've got some live updates, so let's keep you up to date with what's going on here and see what's happening at practice. So, we've got the O-line today, but we've got a lot of people here. Mike K taking a little visit. You like to see that? Oh, it kicked me off my notifications. You guys ever have that happen? I have so many notifications. Lindy Endzone, appreciate you subscribing, my friend. But they just got rid of all my notifications, so now I'm going to have to literally scroll through the feed. Minshew tried for Reagor, who fell. Then ball was deflected by McCain and picked off by Davian Taylor. So, rare. Minshew throws an interception. Kobe Dean getting second-team reps. And again, guys, do not read into this. Like, you have to take this all with a grain of salt, whether it's good or bad. He throws a back corner fade into the end zone. This isn't Super Bowl bound. Someone throws an interception. It's not the end of the season. Like, we have to literally go through this stuff and break it down piece by piece and understand why it's happening. So, quiet first 11-11. He went 3 for 4 on checkdowns. Former Bronco Vic Fangio, who grew up Philly, he is at practice. Vic Fangio is there today, so you love to see it. We've talked about, some of the things that Jonathan Gannon has gotten from Eberflus, Zimmer. Well, we also mentioned him. So we've mentioned Brandon Staley, Greg Williams, a lot of bright stuff going on up there. So I'm excited to see what happens. But Carson Strong handing off the ball again, man. This stuff. Last year, you guys know I was keeping you up to date with like every single move that was happening. I know that is a little too much for everyone. So cut it down a little bit. We're just going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Be excited about it, dude. And I think, people are starting to learn, this defense. And I'm like, oh, that's what he's talking about. So do me a favor, guys. Go out there share that video, that multiple scheme defense video, or share that front seven breakdown I just did the other day. Do me a favor and let's help educate these people out here, because the sooner we know, the sooner people get excited and the sooner people stop bitching out of ignorance. If you want to be mad about something or pessimistic, I get it. But when it's misguided and it's misinformed, that's where I have an issue, because it's just a lot of stupid stuff people are really mad about, and it just doesn't make sense. So I don't know, man. But Jimmy, no cap. Yeah, they like that date. No cap. Because obviously with Jimmy Cap and the sprinkles or Jimmy's, and there are derogatory words for Jimmy that has been used. But I can assure you, I've used every one of those nicknames. I was on a rap album at one point. This is no effing lie, man. You can look this up. This is hilarious. But my name was James Magnum on the rap album. I'm not even almost kidding. And it was my metal, like being added into a couple, had this great idea that we should add that in. I grew up, Linkin Park, dabbled with that kind of stuff. And I'm not like saying, like, I'm a huge Linkin Park fan, but they were cool when I was younger. But I had a little, it's a lot different than Linkin, I can assure you of that. But yeah, man, I love it. I love it. The Jets didn't want Wilson to go in the first place. Yeah, man, I was a huge fan of Denard Wilson. You caught that video last year when I broke it down, when we added him, being the assistant passing game coordinator there and just all of the responsibilities he had. I really saw a bright future for him, and I think he could be next in line. I think they're just going to replace in-house. I've said it a million times. I think this is Jonathan Gannon's last year. He is such a great coach that it's going to flourish with all of these great pieces, and I think this is the only shot we got at seeing his defense on the Eagles. On the road to victory is a great slogan. I love it. Some real motive. I love that, man. And that is where it came from. Me and my girlfriend were brainstorming when, I was really sick and almost dying. And this is my favorite part of the song, on the road to victory. Always resonated with my soul. So I just felt it was something that really, I don't know, it hit, man. So it's been the name since day one. So I appreciate it, man. Glad you like it. And what a first year, 2017, we were on the road to victory. And I was on the road trying to believe in myself that I would live. And then when I lived, I had to believe in myself that I wouldn't drink again. So I had to do that. And then I had to just believe in my Eagles football. And I got death threats. I was you should have seen the hate I got for trying to break down how Nick Foles could win the Super Bowl. Remember getting hung up on the Mike Missinelli show. They were so offended that I said we would beat the Falcons. Then we could beat anyone and win the Super Bowl. They weren't ready for me, man. They weren't ready for me in year one, and they're not ready now. That's all right. Fellow content creator myself, watch your work with Catch. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was a great show last night with Joe and ECG. Always down. That was a great time talking with them. Can't wait to talk to them this season. I know we'll be playing the Jags, so be sure to be getting that in. But, man, I am ready to run through a wall. I know you guys all pumped up, and I'll be keeping you up to date with this stuff. But like I said, I'm doing my best to just get down there. So working on it with my schedule, their schedule, trying to make it work. Who do you like to follow to get info from during camp? Everyone and anyone, man. In my years of doing this, I have given the blueprint to everyone as to who you follow, what you do. I made it easy when I started doing this. I used to create graphics that had who to follow. So I'd give you the name of where I was getting all of this information from. So I just kept putting out, what I could to try to educate people. And I've given everything. So just follow me, man, and you'll see. I follow everyone and anyone under the sun. So that's what I mean when I say I get notifications every 3 seconds. That's why my phone is always on silent, because it drove me insane. So I want to be up to date, but then it makes me miss stuff because I get so overwhelmed I don't look at my phone for a while. So it's like, we're trying to find a happy medium. But yeah, man, there's just camp now. There's not really anybody, because it used to be Mike K, and he's gone. So it's just pretty much all of them lumped together. But it's kind of tough because you got to take all of what they're saying with a grain of salt, because most of these guys don't know what they're looking at. So it's hard for me to take what they're saying, with any kind of any substance. I don't know. And that's not to be, a dick, but it's like, if you don't even know what defense we're running, that tells me you're not even watching the games. And if you're not even watching, or you are, and you didn't know that, that tells me you literally don't have a basic elementary understanding. And that's no expert to me. Another metalhead, indeed, my friend. And look, again, I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but I'm never going to stop being crazy. And I cannot stop doing that voice. And I will not stop my outro. That's just always how it's going to go, baby. And if you can't get down with that, I got 2 words for you. All right. Anyways, but I appreciate the hell out of you guys taking time on this beautiful Friday morning. But yeah, I'll get back on later if anything crazy happens. But I just wanted to talk about how hilarious it was to see Jonathan Gannon. Like, wow, our own media just doesn't even know our defense. Like, imagine how that feels. Like, these guys are asking me questions like they're smart or something, and they don't even have basic understanding. Like, that's got to be embarrassing. Makes sense. Also, some people work things in ways for clicks. That's all what it's all about. So that's what I mean. So just keep following along with me, and I will guide you to the promised land, my friend. Going to see Era Alpha Wolf and Invent Anime. Oh, that's awesome, man. Very cool. I haven't been to one because of my health in a while. Last one I got to was when I got out of the hospital. My buddy was like, look, I didn't know what was going to happen to you. I was really scared, and I got these tickets. And I was like, well, I'm still in a wheelchair, so that's awesome, dude. But this is going to be interesting. He's like, well, I got you handicapped. So love that, dude. But we went to see the Slayer farewell tour. Dear God. What we really wanted to see was Lamb of God for the 4th time. But yeah, it was awesome. That was the last time I got to go, though, man. But I actually ended up getting to take my cane. I didn't have to. I should have probably taken the wheelchair, but that was a rough time. But it was the first show I was able to actually just sit back and watch a show and not be part of it. So it was actually really cool, man. And I'm definitely working on, they're coming back, Lamb of God, with like Kill Switch. And I saw them before with like Kill Switch and Devil Driver, which was awesome. So I'm going to do my best to see that. But hope you have yourself a great time tonight, man. Stay safe out there. And dude, get in that pit for me because it's been way too long. So enjoy yourself, man. That's awesome. Thanks for keeping us up. Yo, man, you have yourself a very happy Friday. I will definitely keep you up to date with anything that happens today. If we get some practice notes, I'll come back later with some notes. We'll talk about that, see how you guys are feeling. And then, yeah, that's about it. But if you guys need anything, you want some kind of video on something, you want something explained, I can assure you I probably have it out there. Reach out to me. I'll happily send you in the right direction. You can always check out my YouTube page. You're bored. You want to just get lost in Eagle stuff and learn everything you possibly can about the Eagles. I'd be happy to have you. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on. You'll be talking birds with us live. If you enjoyed this content, do me a favor, hit that like button. And I hate asking for all of those things, but you know, I was told that's really how you do it. And ever since I did, the numbers did start going up. So whatever. I hate asking for things. If you guys want to support me, I appreciate it. If you don't, that's your choice. But the more support I get, the sooner I get into the places I need to be, and the sooner we start changing this game and get people understanding what's going on. One last look at the Eagles defense. Here is the base defense, 3-4. Yes, makes me want to jump through an effing wall. Again, I know a lot of people, they want to pinpoint something to be upset about or try to, this is wrong. Look, if you're upset or offended about somebody that's in a starting spot or not in a starting spot, go check out the video, hear it all broken down into who I think starting, who's not starting, who's competing, why, what, the versatile pieces that can be moved around. Please, before you speak, watch the damn video. 3-3-5. Saw that a lot last year. You're going to see this the most, I believe, next year. You have your 5 defensive backs, 3 linebackers, 3 defensive linemen. But Hassan Reddick is that tweener that moves around. You can put him hand in the dirt, stand him up, have him pass rushing, drop it in coverage. So many things you can do based on what the offense is doing, and that is what's key. Also, you will see even fronts. You will see some nickel. So expect a healthy rotation and a nasty rotation. So let people keep telling you the Eagles are switching defenses. They're not. They just upgraded. Let them keep being confused. If they are, do me a favor, tag me, throw this video at them, throw whatever videos you need to. Let's get people educated out here. But I appreciate you taking the time. And until next time, stay safe out there. Reach out if you need me. And as always, just want to warn anyone who gets offended about screaming, it's coming. Come on!